Hello everyone. In this MIPS Mars video, we're going to be talking about how to use file operation errors in this program. Specifically, we're going to be continuing on with the last couple of videos on this topic about file I/O and getting into what happens if a file does not exist and how do we apply that error validation. So as you can see here, we have a program called file operation errors. We have a file name that we're going to use to try to open. We have an error message and we have a success message. The first thing we're going to do here is try to open the file. So our syscall for open file is 13, remember, as we can see here. And all we need to do is pass in the argument A0 register, which is the address of the file name. We don't need for the sake of this program, in example, we don't need register A1 and register A2. We don't need to specify that. At this point, we perform the syscall and open the file at the specified address, which is file name. At this point, we get into the main topic of this video, which is error validation. Or input validation. I hear both. Essentially, it's real simple. All we need to do is take a look at our table here, and it says V0, which is the result of the syscall for open file. It contains a file descriptor. The number is negative. There is an error. So again, all we need to do here is check to see if our register V0 is less than or equal to is less than, well, I'm not less than or equal to, but just less than 0. So we're going to branch at label file error if V0 is negative. So let's go down there, and all we're doing here is just printing out that there's an error. So we're going to notify the user. Integer 4 is the syscall for print string. We're going to pass in A0 as the error message, perform the syscall, and then jump to ending the program, which we'll get to in a second. But if we pass line 14 and get to 15, at that point, the file exists and is stored in register V0. So it's not some non-existent file. Again, as I said in the last two videos, it is good practice to always store the file descriptor in a temporary variable. So for this case, I'm doing T0. I mean, it's not just good practice. You need to do this because, as you can see here, literally the next thing we're doing is overriding V0, which we don't want to do. So at the point of line 21, we have V0 backed up into our temporary register, which we need to use to close the file. So next, we need to notify the user that the file is open because, again, at this point, the file exists and is stored in V0 and is opened. So again, integer 4 is syscall for print string. Then we load the success message into A0 and perform the syscall. Next, again, remember close file is syscall 16. Then we need to load the file descriptor, which was formerly V0 but is now T0. And then we close the file by forming the syscall. And then at this point, we reach the end, which you can either get by opening the file successfully or branching off the file error and then branching off the end. So that's why I separated end program into one thing, because if not, you'd have to repeat these 3 lines of code twice. So anyways, again, as a review, syscall 10 is for terminating execution or exiting, and then we're going to exit the program. So as you may remember last couple of videos, I've been using input.txt and output.txt. So I still have input.txt in my desktop, and we're going to see what happens when I assemble and run it. So as you can see here, it prints out the success message because the file exists. So we went down this path. Now let's change it to, I don't know, non-existent. save. Let us assemble and run. As we can see here, I do not have a file titled non-existent.txt in my desktop, so it prints out the error. So we go down this route, right? So we go to line 14, we branch at line 37, go through the file error, and then jump to line 32, which is the end. So I hope this video was informative. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.